Welcome back, everyone. To Be a Guide, episode 2. I am just backing out of the launch here. So this is going to be a different kind of episode. Basically, I have a walleye guide coming up here in 2 days. And I haven't been on Pigeon at all this season yet. I kind of get two different kinds of clients. I have the people that book that say, hey, you know, I want to go for this species. What lake should we go to? Or I have the people that say, hey, I want to go for this species on this lake. So that's why we're here. That's why we're at Pigeon. I have a client that wants to go for some walleyes out here. And I'm going to show you what has to be done to prep for a guide. So obviously I haven't been out here. The big key factor is where are the weeds? Where are the weeds? Where's the bait? So that's what we're looking for today. If we catch some walleyes, it's a bonus. So we'll see. I gotta find areas that I wanna take my clients to when the trip comes. So we gotta do some looking around. We're gonna do some graphing. Right now I'm just slowly putting out here in Nogie's Creek, trying not to hit any new pieces of wood that might be hiding down there. If you're new to this channel, please bash that subscribe button. Support 2B Fishing. More subscribers equals more videos. Also, side note, I have some new 2B Fishing merch that I dropped this year. Limited time drop, made it once. There's a limited supply. Once they're gone, they're gone. Shoot me a message on Instagram, 2B_fishing. We'll hook you up. All right. I'm gonna get a life jacket out here. Yeah, Pigeon Lake used to be one of my favorites for walleye, but I gotta say, I feel like there's a lot more pressure nowadays. I like sturgeon and balsam more than pigeon now for walleye. I used to always be out here, or I do Rice Lake a lot. Both of those fisheries, I think, are starting to suffer a bit in terms of the walleyes. You know, over a 10-year period, I'm definitely seeing a difference now. Not only is it, you know, trickier to catch them, but I just think there's less fish in general. But there's still big ones. That's what I like with walleye fishing. I'd rather just look for big ones, but numbers are important too, especially for guided trips. So I'm gonna go to a few areas that I know there's usually like early weed growth, and we're gonna do some scanning around, throw on the 2D, just kind of look for weeds, look for bait. First zone that I'm gonna look at. There's current close by. Got an an outgoing river here. So I'm gonna come off plane and I'm gonna start scanning within, 15-ish feet. Right now we're in 13. I came off plane when we were in 15. And I'm just gonna start zigzagging around. I'm looking at my graph. I'm trying to stay in the range of where I would think an outside edge is, and I'm going to slowly work in from there until I start seeing any sort of vegetation growth. Now we're in 12. See, I got rock. That's rocks underneath us. Not a lot of weed growth yet. Lots of rock, but there's no weed that comes with it. This is all just kind of chunky, rocky bottom. I think I'm going to zip off here and go to another zone. That's just a weed line that if that one comes up, it's right by that outflow. Caught fish there. Not right now though. Need to look elsewhere. On to the next spot. Okay. So, spot numero 2. And we got a little bit of weed growth. Nothing crazy. 10 feet of water. Just a little bit. This is a popular spot, so I'm just gonna quickly do a little loop and scan it. See, there's a little bit of weed growth, but I want to find a little bit more of that. It's gonna be the pond weed that's growing in first. Pondweed's gonna grow in first, and then your milfoil. So that's some pondweed there. But I want to find a thicker bed. I want those stalks to be all closer together to form a nice weed line. It's scattered through here so far. Chances are, if you get a nice weed line, a thicker area of weed, thicker clumps, that will hold the bait. There will be bait around. There'll be perch around. There'll be, sunfish, maybe little bass, and some walleyes too. Spring and fall, everything clumps into the same areas often. Just might not be on a shallow enough flat here. Too weed liney. I got deep water close by still here too. I may have to find a bigger, just weed flat because it's cold. I bet you the walleyes are post spawn still. Gotta keep looking. My favorite search bait for Kawartha walleyes is the little GLF sneaky underspin. I got it paired up with a scuffed mud puppy here. It's a bait that I've caught walleyes on in the past. It's kind of unique. It's kind of like a grub swim bait kind of bait, but a lot of the times I run a drop minnow on the back of this, a small swim bait, an easy shiner, a rhythm wave, but it's a great search bait. It's very subtle. It's not an overpowering vibration, but it's just a bit of flash, a bit of vibration for them to key in on it. Perfect bait fish imitator. Throwing it on my 872 today. NRX Plus, XNS 3000 with the Huge, the 10-pound braid, 8-pound leader combo. My old favorite walleye search bait used to be a lipless crank. Still do throw it from time to time, but last few years I've taken a more subtle approach to the walleyes with this underspin. Had some good success doing it. Okay, so I'm fishing this zone. I'm in 10 feet of water, and you can see there's a good little carpet of weed, and here and there I'm coming across sections that have, quite a bit more grass. It comes up a few feet off the bottom. It's not perfect, but there is not a lot of grass out here yet, and so far, compared to the last 3 areas I checked, this is a lot of grass. So keep throwing around and see. Doesn't seem like the shallower you go, the more weed. So it's an area thing. I gotta go find a different flat that's got some more growth on it. But we're going in the right direction. I was more weed growth than I had found previously. Just keep rolling along here. I am gonna go look at some depth change stuff later in case they're not on the weed at all. But for now, I'm looking for weed line fish, and I'm not ready to give that up yet. A couple more weed lines, then we'll think about changing the game plan. Okay, plot twist. Rolled up to an area that's got a big shallow flat, usually covered in weed. 0 weed. Not good. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna probably have to maybe go look at some depth change stuff. There is no grass up shallow. That is so surprising, but okay, I'm gonna whip down to the south end of Pigeon quick, have a look in some of the holes there, see if there's any grass down there. If there's no grass down there, then we're done looking for weed lines, and we're gonna start fishing points and stuff like that. Oh boy, it's a good thing I brought my coffee. It is not easy this year. So I've been bouncing around fishing different depths. Finally came out to a deep main lake point, looking around, and all of a sudden I found the walleyes. Caught one with the camera off. I'm gonna see if I can repeat that. Just a wee baby. So I'm fishing a blade bait, mega bass, guy in our response, just triggering a reaction string. Another baby. And there he is. Little mini Kawartha gold. Another little guy. Well, the amount that I found, I think I'm good for my guide, but I also think I'm good to catch a few myself, and I don't think he's going to be nearly big enough. No. Fun to catch though. Who says blade baits are for November only, eh? It's like crappie fishing but for walleyes. Man, I thought that was like a giant. Nope. Just accidentally snagged one. I'm using a Loomis GCX paired up with a Stradic CI4. This is the 842 SJR. It's a pretty short, stiff rod. A little bit of tip to shake that blade bait, snap it, but some good backbone to drive the hooks. I could rip a hair jig with this too. Boom. Right in the tip of the nose. That's what I'm trying to trigger. I'm trying to get this blade bait to go pop right down in front of their face, and then they just snap it. Front hook is always a good thing. If you're hooking them with the front hook, good. Back hook, not as good. Still good, but not as good. Really appreciate one that's just like 16 incher. That'd be great. They're all 12, 12 and a half, 13 inches. Short little quick hops. Maybe a little shake when it goes on the bottom. Oh, that beautiful golden color. Behold. Crazy. I got hooked a big muskie. I'd like my bait back, if you don't mind, sir. Took my bait. Now today I've been able to keep it really simple and just use the blade bait, but you know, on other days if you wanted to experiment more, you could try this with Ned rigs, you could try this with a hair jig, you could try this with a minnow on a ball head. Okay. Cold water, blade bait, trigger, and a reaction string. All right. With that, I think I'm gonna call it a day on the walleyes. I did not break any size records, but I found walleyes for my guides on Pigeon. That was the goal. So, send that one home. Let's go back to the launch. Okay, just idling back into Nogie's Creek here. Can't complain about today's results. I haven't fished that spot in 5+ years. The fact that there's tons of fish there and they're, willing to bite, that is a good thing. Looking forward to the walleye guide out here in a few days. Thanks everyone for watching episode 2 of To Be a Guide. Stay tuned for more videos. Well, I think that was a good episode. Well, I think that worked out. Well, I think it worked out. Till the next one, boys and girls.